to the Filipino youth. Unfold, O timid flower, lift up your radiant brow. This day, youth of my native strand, your abounding talents show, resplendently and grand. Fair hope of my motherland, soar high, O genius great, and with the noble thoughts, fill their mind. The honor's glorious seat, may their virgin mind fly and find, more rapidly than the wind, descend with the pleasing light of the arts and sciences to the plain. O youth, and break forthright the links of the heavy chain that your poetic genius enchain. See that in the ardent zone, the Spaniard where shadows stand, doth offer a shining crown with wise and merciful hand to the son of this Indian land. You, who heavenward rise, on wings of your rich fantasy, seek in the Olympian skies the tenderest poesy, more sweet than divine honey. You of heavenly harmony, on a calm, unperturbed night, phenomenals match in melody, that in varied symphony dissipate man's sorrow's blight. You, at the impulse of your mind, the hard rock animate, and your mind with great power consigned, transform into immortal state the pure memory of genius great. And you, who with magic brush and canvas plain capture the varied charm of Phoebus, loved by the divine Apelles and the mantle of nature. Run for genius' sacred flame, awaits the artist's crowning, spreading far and wide the fame, throughout the sphere proclaiming with trumpet the mortal's name. O joyful, joyful day, the Almighty blessed be, who with loving eagerness sends you luck and happiness.
Good day, everyone. We are the representative of Group 3, which are tasked to discuss the background, content, and the behind message of the poem To the Filipino Youth by Dr. Rizal. A quick insight of this poem. This poem was created and submitted to a poetry contest organized by Manila Lyceum of Arts and Literature. Although Rizal was 18 years old way back 1879, he managed to achieve the first prize, which was the silver pen. This poem is one of his famous and most difficult poem to translate in English. Upon achieving the first prize of the poetry contest, Rizal was congratulated by the Jesuits, especially his former professor in Ateneo, his friends and family. This poem of his was known as the classic Philippine literature because it was the first Spanish poem that was written by a Filipino and was recognized by the Spaniards' authority. And also, it was clearly shown in the poem that it will express that the Filipino was fairly the hope of the fatherland and not the Spaniard.
The poem To the Filipino Youth by Dr. Rizal is a message primarily to tell the importance of one's love and appreciation to his dialect or language, for it is the bridge and intermediary connecting people's country to each other. In the poem, Rizal praised the rising generation. This poem can be considered as Rizal's first testimony and presentation of his nationalism. In this literary piece, he clearly referred to the Philippines as his home or motherland. Rizal thought in the poem relates to the role of the youth with the nation building. The poem To the Filipino Youth holds a strong aura, strong enough that we can be persuaded and we could really feel the nationalistic courage within us glow brighter the moment we finished reading the poem. It was like telling us that we are one of the existing hopes of our country and that through our skills, abilities, expertise, and knowledge of things, we are capable of protecting its freedom against oppressive forces that may come through. Moreover, it was like telling us that together with our co-youth, we should be responsible in preserving the Philippines as nation for us all Filipinos and not for foreign exploitation.
After being informed about the background and the message of the poem, now let us know whom did Rizal dedicated his piece. Dr. Jose Rizal composed the poem dedicating to the youth of the Philippines. He wanted the Filipino youth to use their capabilities talents, and skills to stand out not only for their own praise and success, but also for the praise and success of their own motherland, the Philippines. Dr. Jose Rizal wanted the Filipino youth to build up their abilities and use them to help those who are in need. Also, Dr. Jose Rizal challenged the youth through his poem to refine and nurture their talents in arts, to invigorate and reinforce their knowledge of the sciences, and look forward and commute their chain of servitude. Lastly, let us try to relate the poem to the current situation that the youth are facing today. Truly, that the youth could be the backbone of the nation. They can change the future of the society with their well-being, plucky and courageous behavior. Unfortunately, today, we find some of the youngsters more interested in other sort of things which are not useful to them as well as to our motherland. Some choose to spend their days taking drugs and alcohols, playing video games, attending nonsense night parties, and the worst thing is, involving themselves into premarital sex that may ruin their future with the threat of becoming a parent at an early age. Though not all of the youth does these things, we cannot deny the fact that there is really a problem concerning with the productivity of other youth. We must admit, the youth of today are out of control. They follow the wrong path just for their own pleasure of selfishness. Majority of these individuals rob and kill people. Most of them are in possession with drugs and liquors. Maybe because they feel like they don't have a role to act or a responsibility to take stand. In conclusion, we the youth, with regards to the problems we are facing currently, we should be one who has a centered and powerful guidance, providing activities that will make us realize the real essence of being a Filipino youth, and of course, learn to realize what is really right and essential for the sake of our precious nation. We must motivate ourselves for the betterment of the Philippines.